In the hotly contested New York 16th primary between Jamaal Bowman and AIPAC-funded challenger George Latimer, we had a big unexpected development. Unexpected. I say unexpected because what did we hear back when we were progressive Democrats, insurgent Democrats, troublemaker Democrats? We heard that we were dividing the party by challenging incumbents, right? We're being divisive. We can't have this division going into campaign season. You have to leave our incumbents alone. Our incumbents are our base of strength. Well, Hillary Clinton comes out yesterday afternoon and endorses Jamaal Bowman, right? Oh, no. With Trump on the ballot, we need strong, principled Democrats in Congress more than ever. In Congress, Latimer for NY will protect abortion rights, stand up to the NRA, and fight for President Biden's agenda, just like he's always done. Make a plan to vote by June 25th. So that's right. Hillary Clinton endorses George Latimer in challenge to unseat Jamaal Bowman. Hillary Clinton helped deal another blow to vulnerable Representative Jamaal Bowman on Wednesday, endorsing his formidable challenger just hours after Bowman yet again accused him of racism. Clinton's is one of the highest profile nods in the primary, which has grown increasingly vitriolic as Westchester County Executive George Latimer gains ground against the incumbent member of the squad. Among Bowman's big-name supporters are Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Now, when they say he's been gaining ground, the polls that I've seen have had Latimer winning pretty big. Now, those were biased polls, to be fair. They were funded by a pro-Latimer PAC. However, they were Latimer plus 17. I don't think even a bias poll gets you. There's not a 17-point margin of error in even a bias poll, right? Let's say it's a 10-point margin of error. That still has Latimer up. And so right now, smart money is that Bowman is going to lose. And this endorsement pulls a lot of weight everywhere, especially in Westchester. This is the shit lib capital of America right here. I mean, if there's any place where Hillary Clinton's endorsement pulls weight, it's going to be here. Clinton's backing.
It was funny when Tusker was here. She actually said, "Okay, now I understand why you cover culture the way that you do, because it's everywhere here."
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's on the bus. We were at the New York Public Library, the main branch with the Lions, and you got a big, Pride Month sign outside with the flag, whatever the hell it represents at this point. I don't think even people who fly it know anymore. And it said, "Reading is for everyone." And we both laughed. Oh yeah, that's a brave stance with all the people trying to stop gay people from reading
books.
That's a bit goddamn queers in they're reading.
Right.
Gay people, why do they have so many damn books? They're reading all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, defiantly, reading is for everyone. When has that ever been an issue? Nobody ever said, "Mr. Wild, we need to confiscate your library, sir."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. Maybe if because you always say that. You always say where you live.
No one cares.
This doesn't really come up. Nobody cares. I live in New York.
Yeah.
I live in New York where Latimer is beating Bowman by 17 points.
And Hillary actually lives in Westchester.
In the middle of a genocide.
Exactly, yeah, in the middle of a genocide. I don't know if Hillary lives in the 16th. I don't know what district Chappaqua is in, but I know she lives in Westchester County. Westchester County's split. She might be one district north. I'm not sure. But she definitely lives in Westchester, so she is of the area. And yes, Latimer's winning now with her endorsement. So her backing came shortly after Bowman leveled harsh criticism of Latimer at an unrelated event Wednesday in suburban Mount Vernon. "He's in the pocket of Republican billionaires who are racist," the incumbent said, pardon me. "He is also not just anti-black racist, he's an anti-Muslim racist." Clinton's reference to supporting Biden's vision for the country tracks with the Latimer coalition's messaging. His coalition has been highlighting, this is amazing, highlighting Bowman's vote against the bipartisan infrastructure plan that Biden had championed. Bowman has noted his vote wasn't critical to the passage of the law and he wanted to advocate for social spending. So Bowman obviously idiotically playing defense on that. But that's amazing. His coalition has been highlighting Bowman's vote against the bipartisan infrastructure plan that Biden had championed. This is why I say this is the shit lib capital of the world. This is Westchester. These people are filthy fucking rich. They need an infrastructure plan like I need a testicle transplant. Like they don't need the infrastructure plan. Okay, it's amazing. That is
Methinks
just a
thou
way.
dost protest too much, my friend.
Well, the reason I said that is because we're expecting a baby in a few months. I figured I could get away with that one, right?
Yeah, but didn't she make you take them off after, after
yeah,
the
right,
third
exactly.
one?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, yeah, no, those things are still kicking. But this is what I mean. Like, they don't need an infrastructure plan. This is just a way to suck up to Biden. You voted against the infrastructure plan. The people of fucking Westchester, in Tarrytown, in Scarsdale, they need a bipartisan infrastructure plan. They're just such suck-ups. They're just they are just such mindless libs. That infrastructure plan is just about loyalty to Biden. That's all that is. The people in this district do not care about the infrastructure plan whatsoever. They'd have no need for it. Bowman is battling for a third term against a well-known local leader in a primary that will test Democratic sentiment on the Israel-Hamas war. Oh yeah, that. Latimer, who is benefiting from a multi-million-dollar support campaign by pro-Israel AIPAC, has said Bowman's criticism of the Jewish state stands in stark contrast to mainstream Democrats. In a statement responding to Clinton's endorsement, Latimer said, "Her voice gives even more momentum to our grassroots campaign." I love that. Grassroots campaign. That's good for one of these. Which keeps gaining strength because we stand strongly and honestly for our values and for our belief in delivering meaningful results for the communities we serve. His campaign's announcement of Clinton support came ahead of the first day of early voting in the primary and was accompanied by a list of local leaders and labor groups now supporting him. So, Jamaal Bowman, if you have been paying attention to that article, and if you've been following him on Twitter, which I trust you all are, he's been running against MAGA Republicans this whole time, despite the fact that he is being primaried from within his own party and losing amongst voters who are Democrats. New York is not only a closed primary state, it's one of the most draconian closed primary states. It's extremely difficult to switch over and vote for a Democrat. You'd have had to do so 4 months ago on Valentine's Day. So he keeps tweeting over and over again, despite the fact that he's getting his ass handed to him by a Democrat amongst Democratic voters. We're fighting back against AIPAC and their MAGA billionaires. Keeps tweeting over and over again. We're fighting back against AIPAC and their MAGA billionaires. MAGA billionaires. And here's a video.
Democrats are not in the pocket of AIPAC. This is all MAGA.
He puts out this video 2 weeks ago, right? And he's put out several videos like this. But here is Jamaal Bowman categorizing this primary, a Democratic primary where only Democratic voters can vote. MAGA Republicans cannot vote in this primary. MAGA Republicans could not defeat him if they wanted to at the ballot box. Is it true that there are probably some rich Republicans who know that a Republican has no chance in the district and so they're donating to Latimer? Sure, but they can't vote against you. The vote is still in the hands of Democrats. And all the endorsements for Latimer here, all the notable endorsements are coming from Democrats like Hillary Clinton. But here he is 2 weeks ago framing this race as pro-Biden Democrat that he is against MAGA Republicans.
Y'all's Congressman Jamaal Bowman here. AIPAC and their racist Republican billionaire donors have spent more money in our race against me than they have ever spent in U.S. history. Why? Because we are fighting for peace, justice, equality, and humanity for all people. And they are simply focused on maintaining power. That's why they tried to overturn the election results in 2020. That's why they're going after our voting rights, our reproductive rights, affirmative action, and so much more. Why are MAGA Trump Republicans looking to buy this congressional seat?
I'm sorry, you can't make stupid like this up. You're losing in a Democratic primary among Democratic voters, and here you are framing this as about voting rights, abortion rights. Latimer is pro-choice. Latimer is with you on all of like the broad mainstream Democratic issues. He's running as a Zionist in a Zionist district. And if you notice, Bowman's not highlighting that here. You know why he's not highlighting that here? Because he knows his district is full of rich Zionists. And he knows that he's in the minority in his own turf on this issue. So he has to frame this as, well, this is about Democrats versus Republicans, even though he's losing to a Democrat amongst Democratic voters.
Why are they doing
This is what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, Bowman is legitimately stupid. He's legitimately stupid. Most of these people are not quite as stupid as Bowman. But he's smart enough to know what he can't say if he wants to be able to make that phone call after he gets voted out. Listen, any of those sweet corporate board seats available? Any of those lobbyist slots available? You want to get hooked up post-politics career. You can't, everything that he's saying, if he said it about the Democrats, if he said they're in the pocket of AIPAC and AIPAC's trying to buy this election, the Democratic Party is owned by AIPAC, he would do a lot better. I can't say that he would win in that district, but he'd do a lot better because you would actually be speaking to a constituency that actually exists.
Right.
What would we be saying? We'd be like, wow, look at Bowman. He said, fuck it, decided to tell the truth, right? Be getting positive coverage from the kind of people who would actually decide to vote against Hillary Clinton's wishes, that is not most people in a Democratic primary. That's why we don't fuck with the Democratic Party anymore. All Hillary Clinton has to do is put out a tweet. That's it.
Exactly.
Even if this had been a contest, it's over. It's over. The queen of the shit libs has spoken, and the Democrats in the primaries are just going to vote the way that she says. All your work, all your door knocking, all your pamphleteering, out the window with a word. Out the window with a word from one of the most loathsome people in the country. So why not just attack your own party? Because he wants those jobs afterwards. You know, once you burn those people, they have a very long memory. Look at Elizabeth Warren.
Right.
Look at Elizabeth Warren.
Even in progressive circles, there's certain places you can't go. For the progressive PACs, you know, the Our Revolutions, the places like that, right?
They never gave her a cabinet job. She bent the knee. She humiliated herself. Never let Elizabeth Warren into the Treasury. Nothing.
Exactly. Here we go.
Because we work with the people and for the people. And we stand up for fully funding our public schools, climate justice, housing as a human right, affordable housing, affordable childcare, bringing down utility costs, and everything that the government is supposed to stand for and represent, which is the people. We cannot let them come in and buy this election. We decide the future of our district. We decide the future of our country. We decide the future of our democracy. So peace and love to you all. Election day is June 25th. Early voting is June 15th. Make sure you come out in record numbers. We made history in 2020. We broke records in 2020. Now we're going to make history and break records again in 2024. Peace and love, y'all. If this democracy doesn't work for everyone, it doesn't work for anyone. Peace.
So he frames this obviously as a battle between Democrats and Republicans, and how he's a loyal Democrat because he stands for reproductive justice, climate justice, housing, schools. He runs down the whole laundry list of standard, blue policy stances, thinking, okay, I have to frame this as a battle between me, the loyal team-playing Democrat, and Republicans who are funding this Democrat in name only, right? He's trying to position himself in the race as the real loyal Democrat. And instead of saying AIPAC owns Democrats just as much as it owns the GOP, and my adversary in this race is a genocide-supporting piece of garbage. That's what he could have said if he invited me to. If I were his surrogate, that's what I'd be saying, right? So he does all that sucking up, right? He says, "No, I'm going to run as a loyal Democrat," and what reward does he get for it? Hillary Clinton, the arbiter of who's a loyal Democrat and who's not, apparently, goes ahead and stabs him in the back and endorses his opponent anyway, because they obviously care nothing about party loyalty. They care nothing about the party at all. The party is just a vehicle for their interests. And that's been so obvious to so many of us for so long. Jamaal Bowman just learned that yesterday, baby. Maybe he learned that yesterday. Oh, wow, look at that. I decided to run this race by sucking up to my party and painting George Latimer as a Republican in Democrat outfit. And look at the reward. Look at the reward. Hillary endorses him anyway. You know why? Because Hillary's pro-AIPAC and he's pro-AIPAC. And it's as simple as that. All this sucking up gets you fucking nowhere.
And this is also why you never see, if we had a real left progressive movement legitimately trying to take over the Democratic Party, the vision we had after the Sanders campaign, all these people would put front and center the threat. If I ever get primaried and lose, I'm running as an independent.
Exactly, yes.
They don't put that out there because there's life after getting voted out as long as you play ball, right? You don't go certain places and they'll get you a nice cushy job when you're out of office. Why? You think they don't have connections with the publishing houses? You want that nice memoir that they're going to give you a ridiculous advance on? You can't burn these people. It's going to sell no copies, but you get that money, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you're stuck self-publishing. They don't want to do that. It's a lot of work.
Please clap.